Hi, my name is Midday and welcome to Midlush channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a face mask. Now, this is the very first one I've done. I made a face mask with a pocket filter for your filter. I'm still going to neaten this all over. So I've made this for my son, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make another one. Right, I just need to put this out there. Obviously the best face mask to use is one of the best anyways, is the N95, but I have decided to make homemade face mask as well. You can make them from a number of materials. The best material out there basically would be maybe like a tight woven fabric, that this is an Ankara material. You can use that. You can use bed sheets, pillowcases, swatches, if you can get your hands on that. One thing though I do know from doing my own research is make sure they're not thin. Like when you hold the fabric against the source of light, that light isn't coming through. Obviously, if you've got any older used materials in the house that you can use, you could actually double those fabrics as well and make like several layers so it's thick enough and you can you can protect yourself. I'm going to show you a few things that we're going to make use of to make the face mask today. So I'm going to make use of my sewing machine. Obviously you can hand sew them, and there are no sew videos out there on YouTube as well. I've got ruler, scissors, pins, clips, I've got marker, and then a piece of cardboard. So I'm going to fold this in half for the measurements, because I'm not showing my face today. I've got a styling for mannequin head. So basically what you need, you can see this, is to measure from the bridge of your nose to under your chin, and then you measure from ear to ear right across your nose. So you take the tape rule, my measurement, bridge of the nose to my chin, measured about 4.5 inches to under my chin, and then from ear to ear right across my nose, measured about 11 inches. Okay, basically you take a piece of cardboard and fold it in half. Okay, I'm going to measure slightly over half of 4.5. That's from the bridge of the nose to the chin. I'm going to do from ear to ear first, which is, my ear to ear was 11 inches. So I'm going to do half of that or slightly over that. So we've got and then so fold the cardboard in half. This is a scrap scrap one. With the measurements I've taken, so from the bridge of my nose to my chin, measured 4.5. So half of that is about, I'm going to go a little over 2.3. So inches with my ruler. That way, and then from ear to ear, going across the nose. Half of that ear to ear across the nose was 11 inches, so half of that is about 5.5. So I'm going to do that here, which is right there. Right. Now, I'm going to put markers in centimeters. Over here, I'm going to put 2 centimeters. And down here, I'm going to make this 3 centimeters. I hope you can see that. So just down there, I made that 3 centimeters. Now with that, I'm going to join that doing the curve. Okay, and over here as well. Right, I'm going to cut that out. Right, and then there you go. That's what you get. Now I'm going to put that on my material. Make sure you fold that in half. That's your material. So this is an 9-carat material. As I said, you can use a bedsheet pillowcase. That will be okay to use as well. But, I've got some more space. And then you cut that off, cut it out. I'll put that out there now. I'm not using a fabric scissors, which would have been best, but I'm just making use of what I've got at home at the moment. It doesn't have to be a perfect fold, but just make sure you double the fabric. Should open up like that, and then you cut another one. And choose a spot on the fabric that's easier for you to cut out. Now I'm going to cut out a t-shirt on the back of this t-shirt. Before I do that, just to explain what I've done. So I've cut out, when I doubled the fabric over, I've cut out this and this. So you've got to have two pieces of material. Right, that's that. And now the pocket material, the pocket for the filter needs to be slightly smaller. Now what you can do is fold your ready existing pattern, just fold it up a bit at the bottom, maybe say about 1 inch, I'll mark this on my existing pattern. I'll make it less actually, say about 1.5, yeah? So that'll be like my guide. So you can just fold it at that point. And cut it out on any material you've got. I'm going to use this old shirt. And I'll just show you what I've learned from making this as well in a minute. So what you can do, spread out the t-shirt and cut the bit you desire to use. As I said earlier in the video, it'd be best to use a fabric scissors. I haven't got a fabric scissor at hand, so I'm making use of the scissors I've got at home, and it's not great, but it will have to do. You can see scissors is giving me some issues here, but we'll get by. Because I'm using a fabric that, if you turn it this way, that's the right side, and this way is the wrong side. Now with the wrong side, what I'm going to do is just put a little mark on the wrong side, so I know where the right and the wrong side, because if you turn it in and out, it's the same pattern right through. So that's just to let me know what side it is. Obviously as well, what you notice, I don't know if you can see that from the video, is a side is lighter than the other, so it shows you the right and the wrong side, but that I put the little mark there just to help me. So what we have now is 2 pieces of material. There we go, and then 2 pieces for the filter, for the pocket filter. Okay, now with the right side facing each other, put this together like so. And what I'm going to do is take it to my sewing machine and just sew from there. I indicate that with my pen. From that end to this end. Okay, and all you need to do is sew like a 1/4 inch all the way down. I hope you can see me, all the way down around that curve to the other side. So I'm going to sew from that end to this end. Now and you do the same for that, and you do the same for that, and Right, after sewing with your sewing machine or your hand, this is what you would have. So I've sewn it the wrong side. Press it, showing the right side. You can use an iron or use your hand. It should form this shape. What I'm going to do now, off camera, I've got my two pieces, right side facing up, and then I've got the filter pocket. So that way, please don't mind my sewing, it's not the best, I'm just learning with the sewing machine, but you can use your hand as well. Okay, press it up. So I'm going to use an iron now to press that bit this way, so that when I'm putting it together with the filter, it will make it easy for me to sew them round the edges. Okay, so I'm going to do that off camera and come back to you. Right, so I've decided to show you briefly what I mean by using an iron to press it. So the wrong side up, if you can see that, just open it that way if you can. Some people put little slits along the edge just to make it easier for sewing, but you know, I feel if you can just put your hand that way. So I'm going to do it for all three pieces and then I'll come back to you. So put your hands and just put your iron that way, just to open up that bit that you sewn. The reason why we're doing this is to give, when you turn it the other side up, to give it that finish, you know, so it's that way. And plus, when you want to sew the edges, it makes it easier for you as well. So when I've done that to the three pieces I've got, I'll come back to you. Right, so I've ironed up my three pieces with that sewing bit being opened up and ironed right through it. I've done it for the three pieces, or I tried to. The pocket one didn't quite work out, but I was able to press it and straighten it out that way as well. And then that as well. Now with the pocket filter, what you need to do is fold, and it's completely up to you, fold it 1, 2 this way up, and then on the other side as well, 1, 2, and sew. Okay, and once you sew that, and all that does is just keep it in shape, and also neat, so that when you're sliding the filter in and out, the ends are not getting dirty or unraveling, you know, just generally untidy. So just fold the ends. You can do one fold or two, it doesn't really matter. It's just to keep those ends neat and tidy for you. So I'm going to go off now camera and sew that bit and come back to you and put all three pieces together. Right, so I'll show you what I've done so far. So with the iron, as I said, I've folded the edge of the pocket filter 1, 2. Okay, just to make it really neat. What I've decided to do is and sew that. And as I said earlier, it's just to keep the edges of the pocket filter neat and tidy. Okay, So I'm just going to do that quickly and come back and show you what I'm going to do next. So I've finished hand sewing the pocket filter. I ironed it and I hand sewed the edges. You can use your sewing machine as well. I use both. Now it's the placement we're moving on to. Now with the placements, I'm going to use that one for the bottom layer. So the right side facing up. Put that down first. Your pocket filter, the right side facing up. On top of that, and then your top layer, but the wrong side facing up will be on top of it. And then you put all three all together, and then you sew around the edges to help you keep them all in place and lined up there. You can either use pins to do that. You can see that, yeah. But from experience, I'm always hurting my fingers and my hands with that, so I tend to use this. These are a lot easier for me. Obviously, if you've got paper clips at home, that will work well as well. I hope you can see that. Right, so I've got the 3 layers here. So what I'm going to do, with the wrong side facing my tabletop, you place that face down. The filter part, the pocket filter part of it, that would be right on top of it. So both layers, your first layer with the right side facing up, your pocket filter, the right side facing up, will be on the top, and then your last layer with the wrong side facing up, you put that right on top. Now to keep everything in place, I'm going to use my clips. Now if you've got your pins, you know, you can use pins, you can use I prefer to use this clip as I mentioned earlier in the video. So I'm going to put that all together now and put just to hold the fabric all in place, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. What I'm going to do is sew right along the edge, just right across the edge all round. Now bear in mind, I'll say that again. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and just sew like a quarter away from the edge, sorry about that, all the way from that end to that bit, leaving the side opening, and then I would sew that end as well right across to that end. Once I've done that, I'll show you what I've done. Right, so I've sewn both ends from one side to the other and on this side as well, from one side to the other. Now you need to turn it inside out. Might be a bit tight depending on the fabric you've used. If you've used like a t-shirt fabric, I find they're a lot easier to turn. In this case, I've used t-shirt and Ankara fabric, so it will take a while, but I will not put you through that. I'm going to fast forward this bit. I'll turn it inside out. Right, you can see it's already forming the face mask. So you've got the pocket filter where you put your pocket filter when you've got it, and this is the front. So that's why that's quite narrow. This is a bit wider. With this one, what I've done, I'll show you real quick. So the ends, the two ends, you fold it inwards. That way and that way. It would be a lot easier if I ironed it, but this is just to show you what to do. So you fold them inwards, put an elastic on this side, I hold that with a clip, and then do the other bit, fold inwards. To make it easier, you can use your iron to do it. Put it on that end and use a paper clip, a fabric clip, right, because it's going to go around the back of my head. So you can do it that way, or do it this way where you sew strips of fabric, put it in there after you've done the fold, and take it to your sewing machine and sew right across. So you've got the one you tie around the back of your head in this manner.